There's some rumors going around regarding WrestleMania Night 1's main event, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out what Mercedes Mone had to say about a return, a big potential match for Becky Lynch, and more. Let's start things off with all the rumors surrounding Night 1's main event of WrestleMania 39. As far as Night 2's main event goes, there's no discussion at all. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes is obviously main eventing Night 2, because it's the biggest match of the entire card. But when it comes to Night 1's main event, there seems to be more of a conversation there between three different matchups. The first match is Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Now this match on paper is a huge matchup. Bianca Belair would literally be right around a full year as champion by the time Night 1 of WrestleMania comes around. So Bianca will be putting the title that she has held for one full year on the line, and she'll also be putting her mini undefeated WrestleMania streak on the line. Bianca Belair had previously one of the greatest starts to a WrestleMania career that the WWE has ever seen. Her first WrestleMania match was a WrestleMania main event, where she defeated Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's title. Then 1 year after that, Bianca Belair defeated Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title. So Bianca started off her WrestleMania career with 2 straight champion victories over some of the biggest stars that WWE's women's division has ever seen over the last decade. So now, Bianca would be putting that WrestleMania undefeated streak on the line against Asuka. If Bianca is able to pull it off and improve her WrestleMania streak to 3 perfect wins, 0 losses, it'll be an incredible accomplishment for her. And then on the other side of the ring, you have Asuka. Asuka's been known to be one of the most scariest and dominating forces that the WWE has ever seen. Plus, she just changed up her look and attitude to even be more aggressive, so she's on a big threat to Bianca Belair. So a lot's on the line here between Bianca and Asuka, but they have the weakest case to main event Night 1. Then you have the potential match of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos for the tag team titles. Now, this is one of those matches that has a strong case for main eventing Night 1 of WrestleMania. First of all, it features Sami Zayn. Sami's been on a hot streak ever since leaving the Bloodline at Royal Rumble. So what better way for him to have his big WrestleMania moment than for him to win the tag team titles from the Usos and have that really sting Roman Reigns. And it'll be such a great comeback story for Sami Zayn. 1 year ago, he was losing to Johnny Knoxville in a comedic celebrity match. And now, 1 year later, he could be potentially main eventing the show and ending the historic longest reigning tag team title reign in history. What a great story that'll be. So with Sami's momentum, the Usos' connection to Roman Reigns, and the great long story that's already in play here, fans think it'll be a great main event for Night 1. But that brings us to the current favorite to main event Night 1, and that's Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Rhea and Charlotte have this whole entire rematch narrative going on. Rhea and Charlotte first met one-on-one at WrestleMania 36. Charlotte was the Royal Rumble winner that was challenging the champion Rhea Ripley, and that ended with Charlotte Flair picking up the title victory over Rhea Ripley. Now, 3 years later, and the roles are flipped. Charlotte is the champion, and Rhea Ripley is the one that's riding a wave of so much momentum into WrestleMania. So the fact that it's a WrestleMania rematch that features a former WrestleMania main eventer like Charlotte Flair, and also features the Royal Rumble winner, Rhea Ripley, this is the match with the strongest chances of main eventing Night 1. And it also seems fair, because if the men's Royal Rumble winner gets a guaranteed WrestleMania main event as their biggest winning prize, then why can't the women's Royal Rumble winner get the same thing? So maybe that's how it'll be going forward. Women's Royal Rumble winner main events Night 1, and the men's Royal Rumble winner main events Night 2. That would be the simplest format, but we'll have to see what ends up happening there. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair appear to be on pace to main event night 1. The only real threat to them will be a matchup between Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and the Usos. Mercedes Mone just picked up her first New Japan Pro Wrestling title and is well on her way of having a great WrestleMania career outside of WWE. Mercedes recently sat down with ESPN and spoke about several different topics. One of the topics was asked about was the likelihood of her making a WWE return. Mercedes had this to say on the idea of returning to WWE, quote, "I guess people like to say never. You never know in life. I never knew life would take me here, but I always have to follow my heart. So wherever my heart takes me is where I'm going to go," end quote. So she isn't completely ruling out the idea of returning to WWE. If it makes sense, and that's where her heart takes her, she's gonna go right with it. And she did recently reveal that Triple H and William Regal both sent her very touching and emotional messages before her New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. And with Vince McMahon allegedly no longer in creative control, these are all factors that could play into a potential WWE return for Mercedes much down the line. As far as the immediate future goes for Mercedes Mone, the sky's the limit. She now has a New Japan title in her possession, so we can definitely expect to see more matches there for her. And if New Japan and AEW continue to work their partnership, fans are wondering if that could lead towards a crossover appearance for Mercedes to show up on AEW programming. So we'll have to see what ends up happening there for Mercedes Mone. So before all the momentum and hype died down for the match, Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey was set to originally happen at WrestleMania 39. They had unfinished business, never faced each other one-on-one, so WrestleMania 39 was originally where they were going to play it out at. But considering that it's just not 2018 anymore and the fans' interest just isn't in that matchup, it was scrapped. But now, a scenario could be coming into play that could technically still put Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey in the same ring with each other at WrestleMania 39. If Becky Lynch and Lita win the tag team titles from Damage Control, that means that Becky finally found her path to WrestleMania. Becky would technically be walking into WrestleMania 39 as a champion that's ready to defend those tag team titles. This scenario also books Lita for a match at WrestleMania 39, which will be another big name added to the card. And who will Becky Lynch and Lita defend against? Well, how about Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler? So in a way, we still get to see Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey in a WrestleMania ring with each other again, but Lita and Shayna Baszler are also thrown into the mix. But there's championship gold on the line, so that'll help out too. So Becky Lynch and Lita versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler may be one of the biggest matchups that WWE has ever had for the women's tag team titles. It's a great way to make the women's tag team titles feel more important with these big names all competing against each other for those titles. So we'll have to see what ends up happening there for that matchup. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.